Good evening. It's Wednesday, June 2nd, 2021 at 6 p.m. I'm calling the Lakeville Board of Health meeting to order. Is there anyone recording this other than LakeCAM? I hear no one for the record. In accordance with Governor's order suspending certain provisions of open meeting law relating to the 2020 novel coronavirus outbreak emergency, the June 2nd, 2021 meeting at 6 p.m. of the Board of Health shall be physically closed to the public to avoid group congregation. However, to view this meeting in progress, please go to facebook.com/LakeCAM. You do not need a Facebook account to view this meeting. This meeting will be recorded and available to be viewed at a later date at LakeCAM. Permit me to confirm that all members, staff, and persons anticipated on the agenda are present and can hear me. On the agenda tonight, I've already lost that. There we go. We have local motion food truck. I see, is there someone here online for that?
Yes,
Yes.
both of us.
Okay. Chris Spratt, can you hear me?
Present.
Okay, Bob Palucci. I don't see him. He is not here tonight for the meeting, our third member. Ed Cullen.
Present.
Okay, and I see that is all that's on the agenda for people attending. So we should be good to start. First on the agenda, local motion food truck, mobile food license. It's going to be at 350 Bedford Street, which is Lakeside Landing. And also along with that is a residential kitchen license for 13 Old Potter House Road. I'll just turn it over to Ed for an update on that. And then I see they're here. The owners are here to talk about it. Are these two separate approvals we have to do, Ed, or is this just combined into one with the two addresses?
No, they're two separate approvals, one for the food truck and one for the residential kitchen. The food truck's pretty straightforward. You guys have done a lot of them. Everything checks off there. The one condition with the residential kitchen is it's mainly used for storage right now. They'll be cooking in their truck and storing the food in the kitchen. So that's so for right now, residential kitchen for storage and the food truck for everything else.
Okay. Thank you. Do you have to do an inspection once it's set up, or is that already done?
Yeah, that was done by Gail already.
So the food truck is ready for approval?
Correct.
Okay. I'll turn it over to the owners. Would you like to say anything prior to our discussion on the approval?
I mean, I just maybe a background on us, or I don't know, is there anything you would like to know about us? You know, I've been a chef for 10 years and in the restaurant business for 25 plus years. You know, born and raised in Rainham and moved to Lakeville a few years ago, and just trying to give the town something different with food and do what I do, I guess.
Okay, thank you. What type of food is the food truck establishment for anybody watching?
We're gonna keep it, you know, simple food done right. You know, we're gonna start off with some, you know, everything's homemade. You know, chicken wings, you know, short rib poutines, rice bowls, grilled cheeses. I mean, the kitchen can do anything, so it's going to evolve as I go and what I see that the people want.
Okay.
And grilled cheese like Roxy's in Boston.
It's going to start off as a short rib grilled cheese, so not just.
They have one.
Then yes.
Okay, and do you know your hours of operation? Yeah, is that been?
Roughly, we'll probably be looking at 11 to 7.
Just 5 days a week, or you playing every day?
We're going to shoot for 5 days a week.
Okay.
Sunday, Mondays off.
Okay. All right, Chris, do you have any questions or anything for him?
No. Yeah, I'm all set.
Okay, is there anyone on Facebook with comments or questions? approving this?
Nothing on Facebook.
No.
Okay, thank you. All right, I'm all set with it, Chris, if you are. Looks like everything's good to go.
All right, I'll make a motion that we approve the food establishment license for the mobile food truck at 350 Bedford Street, Lakeside Landing.
Second? Any discussion? All those in favor, Chris Spratt,
Aye.
Derek Maxim, aye. Bob Palucci is not present. Okay, and then we'll go right on to the next one, which is the residential kitchen license for 13 Old Powderhouse Road, which is the same owners. Obviously, this must be their address. Ed, I think you already talked to that one. You can just, it's for storage only. That's what the permit's gonna say.
Correct. It's been inspected and everything checks out. They have all their paperwork.
Okay, but they're looking in the future to get more than storage at some point?
They do have that option if they so choose.
Okay. And you guys are aware of that? Do you plan on doing more than storage there, or is it just, is that your main intention at the?
Main retention storage, like the kitchen on the truck is pretty equipped, so I don't foresee any cooking needed to be happening at the house.
Okay. Chris, any questions?
No, it's pretty straightforward too. I'll make a motion, we approve the food establishment license for storage only at the residential kitchen, for the residential kitchen license at 13 Old Powderhouse Road.
Second? Any discussion? All those in favor, Chris Spratt,
Aye.
Derek Maxim, aye. And Bob Palucci is not present. Thank you for that. Thank you.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Much, guys. Really appreciate it. Hope to see you guys soon.
Okay, thank you. Next on the agenda, recommend to the Board of Selectmen to appoint Edward Cullen as the Inspector of Milk for the period of July 1st, 2021 through June 30th, 2022. That's just easy. On that one, Chris, any questions?
Ed, do you have any objections?
No, I do not.
I'll make a motion that we recommend to the Board of Selectmen to appoint Edward Cullen as Inspector of Milk for the period of July 1st, 2021 through June 30th of 2022.
Second? Any discussion? All those in favor, Chris Pratt,
Aye.
Derek Maxim, aye. Bob Palucci, not present. Okay, next on the agenda is reappointments of Assistant Board of Health agents for the period of July 1st, 2021 through June 30th, 2022. This is for the three of us. This is for Bob Palucci, Chris Pratt, and myself as the Assistant Health agents. Bob being here, I don't believe we can do this. We could just do Bob.
Correct.
Right.
We have one more meeting, it looks like, before they expire on July 1st. So probably the best thing to do is just continue all three to the next meeting, Chris?
Yeah, I had a question on this too. Did the selectmen appoint us all as special municipal employees also? So we can have more than one title. We only get paid for one, but we have more than one title. I think that was one step we had missed in the past.
Ed, do you have any clarification on that one? I don't know on that one, Chris.
I don't know, but I can check into it.
Okay. And that, the reason why, Chris, because in case we have two?
So it's a whole like double dipping. Double dipping is one part of it, and just, open, transparency. So making sure people, you can have more than one title, but you only get paid for one. You know what I mean? And the special municipal employee designation allows you to have more than one title. That was, it came up again in a phone call when I called Lawyer of the Day for the 43D committee, I think, or one of them. And she's like, really, you guys should be special municipal employees also. and you shouldn't be appointing yourselves, I think. So like they would have to probably, I think last year the selectmen approved this after we approved it, I think. I saw that at some point. It's kind of, because that way it doesn't look funny. You know what I mean?
Okay, maybe we could have Ed just clarify that for you. See if that is the way they're doing it, I guess. Maybe, and then the next meeting, we have to vote to approve each other. But we should make a motion to continue.
Yeah, I make a motion to continue the reappointments of Assistant Board of Health agents for next year till the next meeting, which would be what, June 16th, right?
I'm just double checking. Yes, June 16th. Second, any discussion? All those in favor, Chris Pratt,
I,
Eric Maxim, aye. Bob Plucci, not present. Okay, that is it under the new business. Go down under the old business. First is any pending Board of Health agent items. So I'll turn it over to Ed if he has any pending items to discuss with the board.
I do not.
Okay. And the next would be continued discussion regarding water test regulations for septic repair or upgrade. I had asked at the last meeting, I was trying to wait till we went in-person meetings instead of these Zoom meetings to discuss these and have a public hearing on that. But we're still unsure how soon it's going to be before we're back in person. It could be as far as September. I believe the state has pushed it out till now. The town has the authority to continue Zoom up until September as of now. So we're still unsure when we're going to be back in person meetings for anyone watching.
it's optional too, right?
It's up to each town or the selectmen. As of June 15th, we're allowed to, but it's each town's selectmen, I guess, make the decision.
Right. They extended the emergency order to be able to use Zoom till September, right?
Correct. And
It's at their discretion.
right, and the selectmen did answer our request from the last meeting because we wanted to be in person tonight and they denied us. And it's looking like they'd like to keep it on Zoom as long as possible. I take from the letter.
Was there a reason, Derek?
I can let Ed clarify. I don't have the letter in front of me. I read the email Ed forwarded to me. Was there
I
any
saw the email, but I don't know if it really gave any reason.
Yeah, there's really no specific reasons other than they kind of want to ease into it. They don't want just everyone coming back at once because they're kind of concerned with meeting space, whether that like everyone will be going after the same meeting spaces and things like that. So we can work out a better schedule with the spaces that are available. So yeah, they're kind of looking for an easing back rather than just having everyone come back at one time. And as planned as well, because a lot of the boards hasn't really even considered it yet, so they don't want to just start up because obviously you're going to have to take some precautions, and depending on their size and depending on the size of the boards and everything. So they will have to come up with some type of plan to say how they're going to do it safely. With our board, it's less of an issue because we have a small board. But with the bigger boards that have large attendances, it's a little more concerning.
I don't mind being the guinea pigs.
I'm with you, Chris. But I think at some point, I'm pretty sure we're all going to have to be, unless the state totally goes to all Zoom, which hopefully they do not do that, in my opinion.
Yeah, after everything with the, through the course of the 43D and the DOD stuff, where a lot of people in the public were upset that it wasn't in person. I would think that there'll be some people out there that would want in person back again.
Yes, I agree, and I'm one of them. I think they should be in person. People should be able to come to meetings and not have to do the computer Zoom. And a lot of people can't even get on a meeting. They have to go through Facebook. So unless they're a notified abutter. So All right, so that kind of puts us back on the regulations, but with Bob not here, I was thinking of discussing them tonight, instead of keep pushing it off and just go forward and post it in the paper and have a public hearing so we can do the changes we're looking to do on our local regs. But with Bob not here, again, I'll probably say push it again till the 16th meeting, so Bob can be present, so we can make all the changes we're looking to make and post them in the paper properly prior to the public hearing. What do you think, Chris?
Yeah, we'll have and by then we should have in 2 more weeks, we should have a better idea of what that schedule, what we just talked about, you know, if there's a schedule coming up and yeah, maybe some better insight as to, you know, what people are thinking, you know, for a plan going forward.
Okay, so you'd like to make a motion to continue that to June 16th?
Well, make a motion, we continue the discussion on the water testing regulations for septic repair and upgrade till our next meeting on June 16th.
Second, any discussion? Chris Pratt,
Aye.
Derek Maxim, aye. Bob Palucci not present. Okay, then we'll jump down to review and approve meeting minutes as typed, Board of Health meeting minutes from February 3rd, 2021. All 3 of us were present at that meeting, Chris.
Yep. Yeah, I was good with it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find them here in my pile of papers.
It was the second to last meeting of Old Potter House too.
Okay. So yeah, it's quite lengthy, quite a few pages.
Yeah, there was like 3 pages just on Old Potter House.
Okay. I'm fine with it. We should be able to approve this one. I don't see why not.
Yep. Make a motion, we approve the Board of Health meeting minutes dated February 3rd, 2021 as typed.
Second, any discussion? All those in favor, Chris Pratt,
Aye.
Eric Maxim, aye. Bob Palucci not present. Okay, now the next one, Chris, says review and approve meeting minutes as typed, 43D committee public hearing minutes from March 18th, 2021. This one, did you read this one? I don't know if we were here because we didn't even continue to this meeting.
I think I know Bob might have been on it, but we were not as a board continued to it, but we had voted our meeting prior to this to approve the septic system. So I was present and I explained to them that I explained that we approved it at our previous Board of Health meeting the night before. And that we had, we just requested that when they wrote their orders of condition that or their special permit conditions, that they take into account noises and stuff like that, which I believe they did take into account that stuff.
Yeah, it says, Chris Pratt, Board of Health noted that they did not continue the hearing and they can finalize their portion of process. It is reported that the Board of Health voted to approve the system at their last meeting prior to March 18th. So again, I think you were the only one there, and I'm not sure, I don't think we can even approve these because
Bob was there at one point because he did make a comment, and it didn't get included in the minutes because they didn't include every comment that was made from the public at that moment, but he came in as a public person that spoke in behalf of the board. Yeah, I don't know if we approve these if we weren't included or not.
yeah, so I think the best probably we should get a clarification maybe on this one. Obviously, I wasn't even present at this meeting, so
Yeah, it's probably a town council question, I guess.
Bob would have to be the second, and we weren't even continued to this meeting. We weren't even,
Right.
wasn't even a meeting. Because we weren't posted. And we closed it at the prior meeting, I believe. We could.
I'd have to look back at it. To know.
Our actual Board of Health meeting at the last 43D one prior to this, and then we ended it at that Board of Health meeting. We approved it and closed it. if I'm not correct.
Right, so we continued, like the meeting prior to this, the 43D meeting, we continued to our meeting, I think. And then we closed the hearing and voted that at our meeting.
Proved it.
And then the last meeting we were on, I think we were on one more meeting, 43D. It's probably just the recap. And that was just a regular meeting, I think. It wasn't a hearing.
Okay,
At that point, because conservation closed on this meeting also. So, but people still showed up for the final recap and all the other things. And then planning board was the only one that continued beyond that.
well, why don't we just make a motion to continue this to June 16th for clarification? And then we'll decide whether you and Bob should vote on it or should not.
Okay. Make a motion to continue the 43D public hearing meeting minutes dated March 18th, 2021 until our next meeting for further discussion on June 16th, 2021.
Second, any discussion? All those in favor, Chris Pratt,
All right,
Eric Maxim, aye. Bob Plucci not present.
Bob was thinking that we'll never finish a quick meeting because he's not here.
And now we're gonna finish one.
He's probably thinking, I'll make it, I got plenty of time.
So that is it under the meeting minutes and under old business. We're just gonna go down to the announcements. We'll turn that over to Ed. He has a COVID-19 update he can do for us, and then the Triple E announcements on Triple E. Ed?
So on the COVID-19, overall Massachusetts is doing very well. Our cases are dropping quite a bit. Lakeville is lagging behind. Lakeville was pretty much average in most of the communities in Massachusetts. Now we're out of 350 communities, Lakeville is in the bottom 10. Partly because we have a lower vaccination rate compared to most communities. Massachusetts has an average about 76% of people over 20 have gotten their first shot, whereas Lakeville, it's more like 68. So we're a little behind there, and it's kind of showing up in the extra cases. So we just encourage everyone to try to, if you know anyone who hasn't been vaccinated, either tell them to consult with a doctor to see if it's the right thing for them, or if they need help getting an appointment, feel free to call the Board of Health or the 211 number. Also, the Board of Health was involved in getting in-home vaccinations a few months back. At that time, it was actually difficult criteria for the in-home vaccination because there were a lot of people who needed them, and there was a limited amount of vaccines. That's no longer the case. There's a lot more vaccines available, all different types of vaccines, not just Johnson & Johnson. You can get Moderna or Pfizer as well and be part of the in-home vaccination. The criteria is a lot more lenient now. So if you have trouble leaving your home or getting to an appointment, feel free to call the number on 833-983-0485, or just call the Board of Health and we can get you in touch with those people to schedule an in-home vaccination as well for those people who have trouble getting it. Like I said, there's a lot of ways to get vaccinated. There's a lot more clinics available closer now than before. There's a lot of appointments available. So like I said, if you haven't considered getting vaccinated earlier, now's a great time. So that's about it on the COVID, unless you guys
Just to
have
add-
anything to add.
Just to add to that too, Moderna applied for full FDA approval, I believe the end of last week. So if people are holding out for that, Pfizer should be getting theirs soon, and Moderna's applied for theirs. And I don't know if Johnson & Johnson applied yet, but people holding out for that, and as far as numbers, statistics, like testing wise, like people were worried about, how quickly it was spread through. You think of the amount of people that have actually had both doses, over 125, 130 million people have had both doses of, or at least have been fully vaccinated at this point. So I think statistically, like, I don't think in any study of any drug would they have done that many people in the study. So there's a lot of information out there that it works pretty well, and the side effects are minimal.
Okay, thank you. And then we just have the Triple E update, Ed?
Yeah, so for Tripoli, the Plymouth County Mosquito Control has started spraying. They will be spraying some communities. Actually tonight, they normally spray around 2 a.m. to about half hour before sunrise. And like I said, if you would like to get sprayed, you can contact the Plymouth County Mosquito Control. We do have a link on our website, or you can try to contact us and we'll get in touch with you as well. When I say spray, it's a ground spraying. It's a pickup truck. It's not an aerial spraying. They are not doing any type of aerial spraying right now. It's not known if they will do that, but like for right now, what they do every year is they do a ground spraying that has proven to be very effective. So they're continuing with that.
Okay, thank you for that update, Ed. And that is it for the agenda, posted agenda tonight. Anything else, Chris?
No,
Ed, anything else before we make a motion to adjourn?
No,
Okay. I think we're good, Chris.
all right, motion to adjourn.
All in favor, Chris Spratt,
Second, aye.
Derek Maxim, aye. Paul Plucci, not present. We have adjourned. Thank you, Ed.